Hello, welcome back to Golden Arrow. Last episode we got a little bit stuck on one of the puzzles. Usually that doesn't happen until like the second or third episode of the series, but wow, we're just getting right into the difficult stuff. Yep, alright, let's continue. So, we're continuing on with Sacred Temple. Yeah, we beat 3 levels, so moving on to the 4th. Okay, medieval, lo-fi, you're back up. Nice. Okay. So, senior. Okay. The goal looks like probably to get this up to this row. So it falls this way. Because if I just pushed it here, there's no way to push it up. Okay. So I can sort of like maneuver these guys around. If this arrow ever gets here, it's kind of blocking the way though. So like maybe I have to maneuver with this guy. I mean, this is technically okay for now, but I'm not entirely sure if it really is. Okay, if I actually got... Wait, no, that's not possible. I wanted to get a block here so I can push this way. I'm not entirely sure if I should do that. A big problem would be this block. Because like, I mean, would it be a big problem? One way I could deal with it is by doing this sort of thing. I mean, okay. I see. If this block can gap to this row, I can just push it over to the right and push the entire thing up again. But that would get the arrow stuck, wouldn't it? Hold on. It would get the arrow stuck. So like, what do I do? Because it appears that I might be able to do something like this to push it up. But it's gonna get stuck. This block is gonna get stuck. If I manage to do this sort of thing and push it up again, the arrow also gets stuck. Because I can't go to the right of that arrow. So I feel like... it just has to be a single block. Like below me right now, so I can just move down here. So it's like a single block that has to be lifting up the red arrow. Which is probably this block, but it could also be this one. Yeah, which means I have to get rid of you. Or at least store you away somewhere. That isn't too much of a problem. A lot of things I'm really stuck on. Okay, I think it might be a bit of my indecision to make moves here, even though I should probably just try stuff out. I can push down there, but like this arrow just gets stuck. If I got you out of the way and I push the arrow down here, is it ever savable? Seems pretty unlikely. Like if the arrow were to fall here, I mean there's always a chance for me to use my own body to lift the arrow up. So technically something like this is valid. I don't quite see why that would be useful. You can also experiment with pushing this up here, but I think that does like get stuff more stuck than before. I think the general goal is to store this arrow here while I do stuff. Because then it would actually be possible to put stuff here. Not really though. So I can put something there, but not really anywhere else. Also this double block is kind of very stuck either way. Okay. If I did that sort of thing, I mean, Maybe that'll be okay. I can maneuver you around if I want to. I don't really see how that helps though. If I put a block there, I can sort of do this and play around here. I don't think anything can get into this spot though. Like, I really don't think that anything can get into that spot. Not even by like really good Sokoban. So I do think that Red Arrow is stuck here. We can never let it fall to that level. That's what it feels like to me. Which means it stays in one of these three spots at all times. I mean, it's also possible for it to fall down by one. Because I could, you know, push it back up. But I don't quite see how, you know, that could be pulled off. This allows me to swap the positions of the arrow. Why would this be useful? I don't know. If I were to continue with my plan of putting an arrow here and then having something here to hold it up, that doesn't seem quite possible. Because I don't think any amount of Sokoban could get anything there either. Unless it was me. Right? I think so. Which means that this plan might be foiled? What then would be the end goal? Is it that? I mean, I think it could be that actually. Yeah, okay, I see something. If I got a block into... Okay. Okay, so I want to do a couple of things now. Let's see what I want. I wanted these guys to swap positions, which we did just now. I kind of forgot how we did it, but we did manage to get these to swap positions. So I want to pull that off again. How did I do that? I did this, right? Yeah, so they swap positions like so. Next, I want this block to be down here. I sort of want this block out of the way as well, though. The idea is if this block were out of the way, which I can't really do right now. Oh, that might be a problem. So I want this block here and then this here. It's almost. So I can push up. And if I could get in there, I could push the double block left here. And that will allow the arrow to fall onto the block below. But the hindering factor right now is this block here. I'm not sure how I could get that out of the way. I suppose I could do something like this. That feels a bit risky. Because yeah, I still have to get back. Okay, so it just must be... that this block gets out of the way. Can I do that? Maybe I can do it like that. Because that does get it very out of the way actually. It basically doesn't hinder us anymore. So that's good. So now I can basically let this fall down. I can push the entire setup up, and there you go. That solves it. Very nice. Alright, the wall. Okay. This looks like a harder version of like crisscross. Now, give me a second, I want to check something. What did these look like? Oh, yeah, green, I see. I'm wondering what the new mechanic in World 2 is. I think it's the blocks made of multiple blocks put together. But like, level 1 didn't feature that, so I don't know. Okay, I definitely can't push any of these arrows to the outside, like column or row in this case. So it's more like they have to go inside to the middle row and then fall there. I want to get that block out of the way. Ideally, if I could get them to fall to my position right now, that'd be very nice. I see a problem. If I were to keep doing this, I think I just couldn't get access to this arrow anymore. So I want to be able to get you out of the way first. What if I did this? This will let me get you out of the way and also one of the arrows to be in here already. Okay, yeah, and if I get this block in here, I will be able to separate the arrows. I was thinking there was one final problem, which is without that block, this arrow over here cannot be separated and pushed down here, because these will basically be stuck together. But you can separate them if you had one more block to do the trick with. There you go. And there's just enough space to push everything in. Okay. That felt like a pretty lucky solve. But sure. Spaceman. Gonna ignore the fact that this the playing area here looks a lot like an Among Us, which probably is why it's called Spaceman. Alright, let's just get it all the way down there. So I think it's just getting everything unstuck. Because the falling process doesn't seem that hard at all. So we don't have to lift anything up. It's just getting everything out of the way. Which might be harder to do than first expected. I believe I can maybe get one... I want to get the arrow out of the way first. If I got you up here, it looks like I'm stuck. I can't go up above the purple arrow, but this should be fine. I can push down. Maybe is then what I can do here. I'm thinking yeah, because I can get one of these in here. Maybe that's useful. And in fact, I can get you down here. So that's another spot that doesn't hinder anyone. Yeah, that spot definitely won't hinder me. I will never use that in my walking path because it's a dead end, a cul-de-sac. I definitely want to probably do this. Yeah, we get very stuck here because of that. Okay, so maybe I didn't... Maybe the point is that this spot must be left open for me to push rightwards here, which means that there must be one empty spot there. Okay, so that could be one use of an empty spot. Fair enough. So I can do... what can I do? This maybe? Yeah, because like now these are stuck here. I pushed one into here, but you know, now that we're going in that direction anyway, it should be fine, right? Yeah, and this should work. Nice. I thought we had more to do, but no, we didn't. Okay, rush hour. Yeah, this does look like rush hour. If you don't know, it's a reference to that one game where it's a bunch of long vehicles that are like cramped in a space like this, that are usually like 2 and 3 blocks long and 1 block wide, and then there's a final car that you have to get in a straight line towards the end. So this is basically what we're trying to do right now, but of course we have a bit more free movement here, which means that the puzzles probably are going to be a bit harder. I wonder if there's ever a need to move the arrow left and right. Is this okay? Technically, yeah, because it doesn't really block the exit. I can push it out of the way. Can I? I'm not sure. Like, suppose I did this for now. Are we not done? Oh, we're done. Okay. That wasn't too hard. Sure. Okay. Anyway, Ouroboros. A snake that eats itself. Is that a hint as to what I need to do in this level? Do I need to create a ring around this central block? No, I don't think it's possible. Yeah, you can't create a ring around it. The shapes don't work out. Okay, so maybe Ouroboros is hinting at a consistent cyclic movement that I need to pull off. That was very easy to pull off, but probably not right. Guess a lot of things stuck. Yeah, okay. Everything's still pretty cramped, especially this block. Like, the only way I can think of freeing this block right now is going up top and then pushing it down and through like that. Although I suppose it's theoretically possible to push it in the top section as well. Yeah, you can free it like that as well, but like, it passes through all of these goals, which means that if I wanted to maneuver it that way, nothing can be in place yet. Okay. Alright, what do we want? What shall I do? I don't really have a vision. It's like, this arrow does seem very low down, so how will I expect to get it up? Well, if I did what I did just now, I thought this would have been getting me stuck, but it's not, right? Well, yes, it is now. Yeah, it's very stuck now. Okay. So maybe it is about cycling through, which means I have to go around and push stuff in a cycle. Like, I always do this. Yeah, this line gets us stuck all the time. Well, okay, so let's see. When I did this just now, you can see that the arrow got stuck in a special position. And that position happened to be in the top right corner. I think this happens to match up with this spot over here. So if I could get this on the other side, which means this out of the way, that could be useful. The problem is that this guy... I mean, yeah, you could stand there. Okay. If that's the case, then I think we have an idea of what I want to do. This looks good, right? Yeah, that gets the arrow in the right spot, and I can do what I did just now to get this arrow in the right spot. No Ouroboros at all. It just looked like one, I think. Okay, the Brutalist. Is Brutalist is it an art movement? I've heard this term before, I don't remember what it means exactly. Like, intuitively, I think it means something to do with art, but I'm not entirely sure what the Brutalist means. I don't see what, like, in this play area resembles anything. It doesn't remind me of anything. Okay. Want to get both arrows over there. I need something to hold it up. Could be me. Although, could it really be me? Because if I were holding them underneath, I'll have to replace something, which means I have to push it out of the way, but that's clearly not possible in this case. So I don't think it's me who's holding everything up here. It's a block. This feels like a tougher version of Trust Bridge anyway. Remember Trust Bridge? Yeah, it feels like a harder version of this. But does that mean I need to get something here? And if there is something I have to get here, would it be this double block or this single block? Both seem very stuck. Actually, a double block getting here is kind of hard to do. Because this arrow would be very out of the way. Right, yeah. Could an arrow ever fall into this column? Or this... yeah, this column. Suppose I pushed it in here, how would it get up? Well, the answer is there must be something here. And then something here, which isn't possible. Like, both the setup isn't possible, because there's no way you can fit 2 blocks in here. Or there's 2 empty spaces here. You also, even if there were 2 blocks here, you couldn't get this arrow out. So I don't think that's valid. I think that means you cannot get any arrow into this column, so no arrow can fall. Does this mean we need to do a big swap? Because now I want to free this block over here. The one I'm pointing to. This block. I actually never checked my previously recorded video to see if I could see my cursor or not. I'm hoping you guys can see my cursor though. My cursor doesn't really do anything besides being a cursor. How would I get... I could do this to push this out of the way. And rather than being out of the way, it could act as, you know, just a block here, I guess. That seems a bit tough to deal with. I mean... doesn't really free anything. It doesn't look like it frees anything. Oh, this is a very hard thing to unpack. I mean... technically speaking, I did get this block out, so now I can access the bridge, but there are there's much bigger problems here. So there must be a way to not do that. Maybe if I pushed everything down, I could repeat the same set of steps. Not really though, can I? I mean... yeah, it's kind of the same issue. So there's very few things that can actually touch the side of this wall here. I mean, this is valid, somewhat. But after that, like, I can't really do anything. Because I can't push you in anywhere but this way. And that just closes up the single block. I don't know. Well, even if there was a single block here, right? What else can I do? Also, there must be a way for these to stack and get here? Like what, an L shape? An L shape, arrow, push up. I mean, a double would also work. Maybe even better. I wouldn't say better. A single block would work very well though. Right, a single block holding up 2 arrows. That's because neither arrow has to initially be pushed up anywhere. Which makes things a little bit easier for me. So like maybe there has to be a way to get this arrow here as well. I mean, if the arrow acted as a bridge here, I could just push it down. And then get it here anyway, so like... yeah, I mean that's technically valid. Which means that the idea is still to get a bridge here, which is still the single block. I think. I think it would be a single block. I don't see it how else. But yeah, where does this block go? That block is massive. Hooray! Hmm. If this were the L-shaped block, the elbow piece, I could push this one further, and in fact, after doing that, I could hook in and pull everything up. So like maybe that's valid. Maybe I could try going for that. That means this block can never get out of the way, really. That's a bit awkward. But maybe this is fine. Yeah, maybe I can just push into the corner. How to get these guys to swap positions? Is that possible? Do I need that to happen? Is it fine if I did this? Doesn't look very fine to me. Having them switch positions probably is kind of hard. Yeah, like, that doesn't look right at all. I mean, we're somewhat better off now, but not that much better off. Like, again, I just want... I want these guys to swap position. Is that even possible? I don't know. It might not be possible for the single block and the elbow piece to swap positions. I'm trying to visualize a way in which I could do that, but I don't think I can see one. Like, if they swap, don't they really just need a 3x1? They need a space that is 3 high, because this block must at some point cross this line, right? And if so, then that setup alone will already take 3 lines of height. If you just take these 3 lines, one of those 2 objects will have to be pressed against this ground, which is not good. The other way I can see it being done, though, is an L shape here plus a dot here. The only problem with that is that afterwards, this block cannot cross it here. Like, yeah, I don't think that's doable. Unless this arrow already out of the way. Maybe I could pull that off. Maybe this arrow could get out of the way. We'll try that. So the idea is to do this. Do this. This arrow out of the way is kind of scuffed. I don't really quite know if I'm comfortable with that. But you can at least see that it's possible to almost get these guys to swap positions. This is bad. Maybe at some point... No, I don't think so. Yeah, then that gets stuck. I might have something. Look at this. Well, I mean, I say I have something. I don't think I have anything at all, but that gets stuff out of the way. Not really out of the way though, because like this, that arrow feels very unsavable. And also, what can we do now? Nothing much. The way I thought we could save this was like what I want. I wanted an L piece here that I could hook onto and pull up. Wait, did I even say that was possible? That didn't feel very possible to me. I don't quite know if that's possible or not. Wait, I had an idea though. I forgot what the idea was already. Yeah, I've already forgotten what the idea was. Oh, it was elbow in these three spots, pushed up, and then a block here, which legitimately could just be the two white block. That was that my idea, or is that a new idea I just generated? Because I see I can do this. I see that I can do this, which gets it up here and not stuck. So the next goal is just to swap the positions of these two items, which is a lot harder than I remember it being. But the idea was what again? The idea was this, right? Yeah. And push this over. Is that doable? I think could I have stored this block somewhere else? I think the answer is yes, actually. Hold on. Where else was this block? Here. How have I stored it there? Like, I want to say here, but that looks bad. I think we get a lot of stuff stuck if we did that. But like, we're part of the way there now. Just this block is out of the, not in the way. Yeah, I mean, really, the only way to get this arrow out is to push it from here. So none of these three spots can be blocked at all. But then again, if that were to be the case, then to prevent it from falling, there must be a block here. And if there must be a block here, but no block here or here, it must be the single block that is there. So the single block must be able to escape somehow. I don't know how, but somehow. It somehow must escape. Theoretically, this is valid. I wouldn't say valid. Maybe I would say valid. I do know that once this happens, this block is stuck here. So I don't never want to do that. I don't know if I like this or not. I don't think I do like it very much. No, I don't think I like it very much at all. Ah, that single block is very in the way. But like, where else can it be? I can't store it anywhere else. It doesn't make sense being anywhere else. Yeah, I don't see it being anywhere else at all. Because it really feels like it has to be here. There's no other way for it to be. There's no other thing that can be there either. And there's no way to have it not be there. I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but I know there's a distinction between my words when I say that. It's like when they say the full truth, nothing but the truth. And whatever. The truth, the full truth, and nothing but the truth. It's kind of what I want here. My logic is that something must be here, and anything that isn't a one singular block can't be here, which means that what must be here is the single block. But we also, well, I mean, it's technically possible to have this be here instead, right? Maybe if it's not possible to keep this in here, it must be possible to put it on the side and survive. Yeah, okay. So this happens. Suppose I make this happen. Yeah, we can have some progress. I see progress. Oh. Well, I say I see progress. Do I actually see progress? Yes. This is progress. This works. This saves. This survives. But the problem is that with this no longer with us, is it even possible to solve the puzzle anymore? I don't know. It was very scuffed, is all I can say. And we're getting somewhere, but like everything's all stuck now, so I don't really know where we're going with this. Again, if something must be where I am, it's probably gonna be either be this double block that's here, or something like that. Is there any reason why this is inefficient? I think it looks inefficient. I feel like maybe the point is that the elbow piece is the one holding up the arrows at the end. So like rather than pushing it all the way against the corner, I don't do that. I keep it in a spot where it's still accessible. Yeah, but like no. Because it's very... These two blocks are stuck together now. Is there ever a way to not have them be stuck together? Because like, look at this, yeah. I don't think that's good at all. Maybe this is fine? I don't know. Is that fine? It looks very iffy. That looks really iffy. I don't know. I don't like that. No. I don't like it at all. Although, if this block were here, that can happen. Technically, it's being held up. In fact, it can be held up like this. But the problem is that now I can't have access to this block. So... Was there at some point that maybe it was this block that did it? But then this block is now in the way. I don't think so. That doesn't look good at all. No. But if it's not good to keep this block in the side, then where... Is this okay, maybe? I don't think so. Is it? Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe I can do that. Okay, let's try this then. No. There's nothing here to hold things up. It's like, not really. Not really. We still need something. This block seems to be freed, which it isn't. And even if we hadn't pushed this cluster down yet, we still can't really free the block. If I could free the block to be here, maybe then things would be fine. Would it be fine? I'm not entirely sure about that. Because even if... Yeah, I don't think so. Another way I could probably see it, things happening is... like... this, but... then this comes to the problem where I can't push up at all. Which doesn't make any sense to me. I thought this was bad, but maybe this is fine. I don't know why this would be fine, but maybe it is. No, the idea is I still can't save the block. I need to save this single block. That single block has so much functionality. I just need it at all times. But there's very little else that can hold it up. Still not possible. I wonder if it's possible to go around this block without being a hassle. Not really. Like, I mean, this looked valid, right? Because I could do this. I could technically go around without much hassle. But then we faced a problem, which is what? Being unable to save these arrows? Something like that, yeah. Yeah, being unable to save these arrows. We get a bit more, we get a lot more space to work with here actually, a lot more. But no, I don't think so. So it's like this block just can't be here. But a lot of the was it possible to not have these two blocks stick together? I don't think so. Yeah. Nope. Okay, I don't see it. You know what that means? I'm probably not gonna solve this today. So either I'm gonna keep it as a puzzle where I leave to the end, or I'll just work on it next episode. Yeah, I don't really want to spend too much time on this, so I think I'm going to try this next time. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Bye bye.